Good day, St. Martin. I'm Juliana Lassiter.
And I'm Alston Lawrence.
And welcome to another edition of St. Martin News Desk, where we bring you the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond.
It's midweek, it's Wednesday, so let's dive right into our top headlines.
St. Martin Group CEO Alexander Gumbs is closely monitoring the ongoing U.S. East Coast and Gulf Coast dockworkers strike, which began on October 1st. This strike could affect the shipping of goods from the U.S. to St. Martin. Gumbs has been in contact with the local shipping companies and stakeholders to assess the situation. Early reports suggest minimal disruption to the supply chain, as most goods from St. Martin come from non-unionized ports from the eastern seaboard. Shippers are advised to reach out to local cargo offices for updates. The strike resulting from stalled labor contract negotiations impacts unionized dockworkers across U.S. ports from Maine to Texas.
In a pivotal step for St. Martin's energy reliability, Energy Nordics GmbH presented a report on NVGB's infrastructure, part of the National Recovery Program Bureau's Emergency Recovery Project 1, funded by the St. Martin Trust Fund. The report outlines immediate actions, including the repair of existing engines and the installation of 20-megawatt generators to reduce load shedding. It highlights capacity shortages in NVGB's aging fossil fuel fleet amid rising energy demands from tourism and development. To address these challenges, the report recommends installing 2 diesel generators soon, with a third planned by 2026. It also emphasizes integrating renewable energy sources like solar and wind over the next decade. Key recommendations include identifying land for solar installations and establishing technical requirements for new systems to ensure power stability. The report concludes that increasing renewable energy can lower cost, reduce fossil fuel dependence, and enhance supply reliability. NVGB is seeking funding for these investments, with significant installations expected to take at least 18 months post-financing. Troy Washington, NVGB's temporary manager, reaffirmed the alignment of these initiatives with the company's 5-year vision.
TelEm Group has settled its ongoing legal dispute with Israeli company Mer, clearing the way for the telecommunications provider to focus on its transformation plans and return to profitability. The agreement was signed on September 29, 2024, and has the backing of TelEm Group's lenders, supervisory board, and shareholders. This settlement marks a positive, collaborative effort between both parties, enabling TelEm to move forward with their strategic goals. The company's management sees this as a crucial step towards ensuring a stable future for St. Martin's leading telecom provider.
The Ministry of RAMI, Public Housing, Spatial Planning, Environment and Infrastructure, announces the Asphalt Road Resurfacing Project Phase 1. Starting Thursday, October 3rd. The project will begin on Juan Rasquin Boulevard in Point Blanche. Work will occur nightly from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. involving asphalt milling and installation on one side of the road before repeating on the other lane. During the day, both lanes will remain accessible for drivers. Windward Roads Infrastructure will carry out the operations, and road users are advised to exercise caution around workers. For inquiries, please contact the Infrastructure Department at VRAMI or call 542-4292, extension 2390. Remember, new episodes premiere every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. on TV 15 and across other social media platforms.
I'm Juliana Lassiter, wishing you a wonderful week.
Stay friendly, St. Martin.
Hello, my people. Make sure you tune in to Sit, Sip, and Chat every Monday at 5 p.m. on TV 15 and every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m.
And make sure tune in to the Late Night Show with Andrew Dick from Monday to Friday. at 10 p.m. with a repeat in the afternoon for no reason. In the afternoon, the late night show at 3 p.m. Thank you, TV15.
Thank you, TV15. Make sure to tune in.
Make sure to tune in to the late night.
And sit, sip, and chat.
Late night.
We exposed 5 strangers to different KFC menus to see if the flavor can enhance any moment. And at the first bite, the party began. We repeated the experiment during the day, during business hours, on weekends, with sunshine, with rain. It's confirmed any moment can be a KFC moment.
Princess Juliana International Airport is excited to announce its winter schedule effective November 1st. This new schedule introduces additional routes, increased frequencies, and enhanced passenger services. Key highlights include new direct flights to Minneapolis via Delta, Montreal through Air Canada, and Winair flights to St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and Barbados. Boutique airline La Compagnie will also resume weekly flights from Newark. In response to demand, flight frequencies to popular destinations will increase. Air France will now operate twice daily to Paris Charles de Gaulle, while Silver Airlines will offer 3 weekly flights to San Juan. And Liat 2.0 returns with 3 weekly flights to Antigua. Princess Juliana is expanding its international connectivity with partnerships across 25 airlines, reaching nearly 40 destinations in the Caribbean, USA, and Europe. Travelers can enjoy expanded seasonal flights to winter resorts and beach destinations with numerous daily options to Miami, New York, Toronto, Montreal, and Paris. Winair will provide multiple daily flights to St. Bart's, Tortola, and Curacao, flying 10 times per week. Passengers are encouraged to book early to secure their preferred travel dates.
Honorable Minister Gracia Heiliger Maarten met with CMA-CGM officials to address the company's decision to shift transshipment operations from Point Blanche to Guadeloupe due to regulations requiring liquefied natural gas known as LNG vessels. Point Blanche Port is not deep enough to accommodate these vessels, leading to changes that could impact businesses like Super U in Marigot. During the meeting in France, both parties explored future collaborations, including evaluating cargo volumes and potential for regional feeder service. They also discussed partnership opportunities to enhance Port St. Martin's capacity and service efficiency.
Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Luc Mercelina of St. Maarten held key discussions with Dutch Prime Minister Dick Schoof in New York. They addressed national security, emphasizing the need for a unified kingdom-wide border control strategy. PM Mercelina also called for easier access to the World Bank-managed trust fund to support post-Hurricane Irma recovery and sustainable development projects, proposing a debt solution similar to Cape Verde's debt swap. He saw Dutch support for converting St. Martin's debt into development initiatives. The leaders also discussed the island's energy crisis, focusing on transitioning to renewable energy to ensure a sustainable future.
The St. Maarten Hospitality and Trade Association, SHTA, and the National Employment Services Center, NESC, hosted a pre-event mixer at SXM Brewery on September 30th to kick off the October 2nd National Job Fair. The event allowed employers and businesses to network while NESC shared details about the upcoming fair, where job seekers can meet potential employers. Supported by local businesses like TelEm and Simsa Bay Beach Club's Dee's Beach Bar, the mixer highlighted the private sector's commitment to helping job seekers find employment. The NESC Job Fair kicked off today. Here are some clips of the well-attended event.
Although light winds and a stable atmosphere are expected, pockets of moisture drifting within the wind flow could cause isolated showers. Nevertheless, warm and humid conditions will persist. Stay hydrated and seek shade whenever possible. Long period swells will continue to affect marine conditions throughout this week. Small craft operators and swimmers should exercise caution. Now let's take a look at our tropical weather update by Mr. Brian Shields.
Thank you very much for joining me. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. Thank you for being part of this weather community. All right, a lot of spots to watch, which is normal. We're still in the peak of the hurricane season, being early October. Watching this area here near Jamaica and the Cayman Islands starting to flare up. There's more rain with that. That's going to lift into the Gulf of Mexico. I want to get into the chances of development out of that area. Then we're watching right here near Bermuda. There's a little bit of a spin. This is actually part of the remnants from Helene, some of that moisture building back toward parts of Bermuda. We get out here, what's kind of left over of Joyce, bringing some gusty winds to the Azores. You see a little spin off the coast of Newfoundland, not anything that is tropical in nature. And this here, probably catching your eye, that is Hurricane Kirk, looks to become Major Hurricane Kirk. That one, though, will take a curve, and then that area back behind it right there, that could become a named system as well. That one I'm hoping makes a curve. In early indications are it will, but it may trek a little bit more to the west. So I want to monitor that. Still kind of under the influence of what's going on with Kirk. So a few more question marks on that area that is right behind Hurricane Kirk. All right, let's get to that area now in the Caribbean. Now, in the short term, that's going to bring some extra rain for us in the Cayman Islands, swinging up toward parts of Cuba. Now, the American model, the GFS, does not have this at this point becoming a tropical storm or a hurricane. But yeah, something could develop over here, but clearly we are watching it together. Now, the very wide picture, here we are in eastern Canada. Here's Bermuda, watching that spin there. There is Kirk, and there's that second area back behind it, which I do believe will develop. Not quite, now it should make a curve eventually, but just because Kirk is there, sometimes that kind of throws things off a bit. You have something so nearby. Now storms don't combine, these aren't going to combine. Storms don't necessarily combine. Sometimes you could have a stronger storm absorb a weaker storm. It doesn't make it a mega storm or anything like that, but Kirk's going to make its way up here safely to the east of Bermuda. Here's Nova Scotia, get back toward Newfoundland, and then you see here, this is next week on Monday. There it is. That is the next hurricane, it looks to be. Could be a major hurricane, too, in the Atlantic. Now, the early indications are, and most of the models are showing this, a curve very similar to what we saw with Joyce and what we're seeing now with Kirk. But let me just wait and see a day or two while it is well out there. If Kirk were to slow or something like that, or if this area were to be slow to develop, it may track a little bit more to the west than what the models are showing. So just give me a day or so to keep tabs on that, and then we'll be able to fine tune if that's gonna make a curve or not. But here is Kirk, should become a major hurricane by this weekend, well off to the east of Bermuda. Those swells will be working in, but well to the east of Bermuda by the time we get into the upcoming weekend. So we're rolling down the list of names at this point. Kirk is out there now. The next name on the list is Leslie. It may be the area near Kirk. Maybe it's a spin up in the Gulf of Mexico. Milton after that, and then Nadine. Now there's a separate set of names back in the Eastern Pacific. That's why at one time there's two J names, John and Joyce. John is the J name in the Eastern Pacific.
Hi, Mom. How are you? But Mom, you finished all your minutes yet?
No, girl. TelEm has new postpaid plans and automatically upgraded my postpaid package.
Is that so?
Guess what? I am getting more minutes and almost double the amount of data for the same price.
I guess I'm making a switch now.
Let me call you back, Mom.
Hey Tash, you have of TelEm new postpaid plans?
St. Maarten Academy triumph at JCI SXM Action's first annual interscholastic speaking and debate competition on September 28. Competing against Learning Unlimited and St. Dominic High School, students debated topics like entrepreneurship in education, diversity in leadership, and emotional intelligence versus technical skills. The Academy team earned 975 points and will represent St. Maarten in the JCI Dutch Caribbean 2024 speaking competition in Curaçao. The event was a success, showcasing youth talent and receiving strong community support. JCI SXM Action thanked sponsors for enabling the Academy team's journey to Curaçao. The Central Bank of Curaçao and St. Maarten CBCS has introduced a revised foreign exchange regulation effective October 1st, 2024. This reforms aims to reduce administrative burden and expedite the licensing process for foreign exchange transactions. Executive Director Dr. Jose Yardim announced that the changes are expected to have the number of foreign exchange licenses granted annually while maintaining effective control over foreign exchange reserves. Key reforms include increasing the transaction limit requiring a foreign exchange license from 150,000 guilders to 500,000 guilders and eliminating the license requirement for annual transfers. Additionally, the regulations removes the licensing requirement for certain guilder loans to non-residents and sets a criteria for non-resident account balances. Starting October 1st, all foreign exchange license applications must be submitted through a foreign exchange bank to ensure adequate customer support and enhance transaction integrity. The CBCS plans to implement an online application system for licenses with further details available on their website. For more information, visit CBCS website at centralbank.c.
St. Maarten marked Alzheimer's Awareness Month in September with impactful activities organized by the White and Yellow Cross Care Foundation, the Henry Ostiana Foundation, and the Ministry of VSA. The month-long campaign aimed to educate the community about Alzheimer's disease and its effect on individuals and caregivers. One highlight was a series of informative radio interviews hosted by Wendell Moore at PJD2. Experts including White and Yellow Care Cross Foundation psychologist Zulema Violinis and Alzheimer's Support Group Coordinator Bart van der Meyden discussed early signs of dementia and caregiving strategies. The interviews culminated in a conversation with Gerda van Tongerlu, who emphasized living well with Alzheimer's. The month featured a workshop titled Dementia and Music, led by specialists from Curaçao. This training educated White and Yellow Care Cross Foundation staff and informal caregivers on using personalized music to enhance the quality of life for those with dementia. The program consisted of 4 interactive sessions focused on the therapeutic role of music in care. The closing event on September 28 welcomed dignitaries including the Governor and Minister of VSA for presentations and a Q&A session. A book titled Hoe leef ik met dementie was presented to key figures, reinforcing the commitment to dementia education and support. The White and Yellow Cross Care Foundation and its partners thanked all participants for their contributions to this meaningful campaign. The Collective Prevention Services, CPS, encourages the community to learn more about dementia by visiting Time to Act on Dementia. The Positive and Electrolytes Foundation announced Breast Cancer Awareness Month this October, with events aimed at raising awareness and promoting early detection. Free clinical breast examinations will be available for women aged 18 and older at various medical clinics throughout the month. No appointment is needed, and uninsured individuals will have their mammogram cost covered. A highlight of the month will be the Pink Parade on October 4th, 2024. Organizations are invited to wear pink and participate in this march, honoring those affected by breast cancer. The event details are as follows. It will be October 4th. The time will be 4:30. The lineup will be at 4 p.m., starting at the University of St. Maarten and ending at the Little League Baseball Stadium. For more information or to confirm participation, contact Shelly Alfonso at 580-9658 or shelly.alfonso@outlook.com. Or you can also contact Electra at 523-7418 or email her at electravoltage@hotmail.com. Join us all in making a difference in the fight against breast cancer.
That's all the time we have for today's edition of St. Maarten News Desk.
Thank you for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. on TV 15, and then across all our social media platforms and all Alexa devices globally. I'm
Juliana Lassiter wishing you a wonderful week. See you next time.
Don't forget, stay friendly, St. Maarten.